Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the very first episode of Town Chronicles. Today I'm going to be interviewing a good friend, fellow comedian, Mr. Connor Corsentino. Hope you guys enjoy. Again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Appreciate you. Hope everyone's well. Enjoy. You ready, G?
Dude, I'm ready.
All right, man. How you been?
Fucking pretty good.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, everything's chill, bro. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it, bro.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm
absolutely.
stoked to be here.
I'm stoked. You're stoked.
Anything to get out of the house these days, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, how's COVID been for you? Been all right?
I've been alright.
Yeah,
No, nothing for me
Nothing
yet.
for you?
I'm clean, dude.
clean. No COVID. So no COVID in the family. No,
No.
that's good.
No one in the family that I can think of.
Well, that's good.
Dude,
No friends. No bad
Corsentinos
COVID.
are hanging strong.
That's right,
No,
with Italian blood.
Few friends. Few friends have got it.
Oh, okay, but
Yeah,
no
but-
deaths.
No deaths. No deaths.
I don't mean to make light. I'm
No,
just.
you're good. What about you?
Yeah, dude, we've been good. Everyone's been safe. Actually, yeah, nobody's got COVID.
It's kind
No,
of
the
crazy,
cousin. The
huh?
cousin got it.
Oh,
He
cousin
lost
did?
his taste and shit for like
Yeah,
a
a few
couple
of my
days.
friends
But he's
lost
like,
their
you know,
taste.
early 20s, so he's tough.
Yeah,
But yeah.
dude. My mom is all worried about me because I smoke weed, and she's like, "Smoking's at
Oh, is she?
risk." And I'm like, "They're talking about cigarettes, mom," and they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
She's
I'm
freaking
like,
out.
all right, yeah.
Yeah, your mom's a little more weird about the weed, though, right?
Super weird.
As you take a big, huge hit. My mom.
I want this for you, mom.
Yeah. Well, she, because we do comedy together, and I remember when we did that levity show, you have a bit about smoking weed and you wouldn't do it in front of your mom.
I want to do the joke about me being in just about smoking weed in front of my mom. Yeah, I didn't
Right.
want to do it for the first time my family.
I get it. But
stand up.
does your mom know you smoke weed, or is that like
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's like an inside joke in the family.
they all
Like-
make fun of you,
Yeah, and I'm not the only one who does it. I'm just
but
like,
they call you a piece of shit?
yeah, bro, that's the
Oh,
most
that's harsh,
fucked up.
man.
Like, it is, dog. Like,
It
I
is,
had
it's a little fucked up.
I had like family come over to my house last week because I got that little puppy, and they were checking out the puppy.
Right.
And my little cousin came, and he just turned 5.
Okay.
And he like looked at me, and he's like, "I'm hungry, Connor." And I was like, "All right, I got you. I got some gummy bears." And I asked my aunt, I was like, "Is it cool if he has gummy bears?" You know, it's candy. He's a little kid. Gotta
Of course, yeah, that's good of
asked
you.
my mom before. And she was like, "Yeah, thanks for asking." Then my grandma goes, "What kind of gummy bears?" And I was like, "Oh, come on, bro.
wow.
Like, come on." And then every single person in that room was egging me on. I was just like, "You gotta be kidding me. I'm not gonna give a 5-year-old fucking weed gummy bears."
Grandma take a shot.
Grandma, bro.
Dude.
And grandma's the other person that smokes weed, bro. Like,
That's what's
literally,
That's why she made the joke. 'cause
literally
she's
the
fucking
last
tired.
time I went to her house, like I would watch her house when they left. I'd watch their dogs or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
She was growing weed in the backyard.
That's
She
what's
used
up.
to grow weed in the backyard when my parents grew up.
Okay.
And she's talking shit to me.
So and who's so it's your whose parent is that? Your mom's or dad's?
It's my mom's stepmom.
It's your mom's stepmom. Okay. Yeah, because your mom is more strict. So, I mean, you had to go to rehab when you were in high school, right? Is that the time?
When I was 17,
Your
yeah.
mom.
My
made
senior
you
year
go.
of high school, yeah.
Yeah.
It was outpatient rehab though. So
Right.
I didn't-
Explain what that.
yeah, I didn't stay at like a
A
facility.
facility, right?
Or
right.
whatever.
You go
It
home
was-
every day or something.
I'd go home every day. It was
Right.
more like classes. And it
Okay.
was like 3
Right.
classes a week for 3
Yeah.
hours.
Got you.
It was like Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I think they give us Fridays off, which was
You got
fucking
Fridays off to
stupid.
smoke.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
I know you're gonna get high Friday, so
the crazy thing is I smoked weed the whole time.
yeah.
I-
You were 17, you said.
I
Okay.
had friends that went there
Yeah.
before, and I guess before I went, it was way more relaxed. And my friend stole a drug test while they weren't looking.
What do you mean he stole the drug test?
So like he stole a pee test. He stole like the bottle you pee in. Like you know
okay,
how you
okay. So it did turn in
so
later. or
so
something?
every class you go to every 3 days.
Yeah.
They
you
drug
can't
test you. So the
Right.
first thing you do is you get drug tested, and you come back in and you go, "My name is blah blah blah, Connor Corsentino. I've been drug clean for X amount of days. My drug of choice was this.
Okay.
Spiritually, I'm feeling
Holy
blah, blah,
shit.
blah because this.
Spiritually, you had to use those words.
Bro. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
And then after that, and you
Fuck.
go, and physically, I'm feeling blank because blah, blah,
As
blah.
fuck.
It was ridiculous, bro.
So when you would do those classes, and you said you were smoking weed the whole time, would you go to those classes high?
Yeah. So I remember there's a few times where I was at the beach with my friends smoking, and I'd be like, I got rehab today. I would literally ditch school,
class.
smoke weed, and then come home, and my friends were like, you gotta go to rehab today, and I'll be like,
You're driving, right, Mom? I'm fucked up.
Yeah,
right
yeah. But when I was in it, I didn't smoke as much weed.
Okay.
I was still smoking pretty much every day, but
Wow.
not
So how did you pass those?
So like I told you, my friend stole a.
Okay, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No,
Yeah, go ahead.
You're good. My friend stole a P-test.
Yeah. So he stole one of those cups.
He stole one of the cups, and
Okay.
so while he was in it, he stole a cup, took it home, and then got his brother or someone to piss in the cup.
And then he brought it back.
And then he hid it in his pants.
Yeah,
and then when they were like, "Here, pee in this cup," he recycled them.
Yeah.
And so I did the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's smart. I mean, yeah.
And I never got caught, so.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way, dude. You know.
Yeah,
right? There's always a way to trick a test or.
Right, and so.
So it didn't deter you from smoking weed,
No.
when you got caught.
No.
So what was did you get in trouble with the law, or your mom was just
A little bit of both.
oversensitive?
A little bit. So my mom is a teacher at Balboa Middle School.
Okay.
Stalker snot.
Balboa.
She's
I
a
don't know what the fuck that is.
life skills teacher. Life skills and home
Oh
ec.
wow! So the
And
fact that you were
life-
fucking up your
Yeah,
life
and
skills.
so life skills is if you don't know, it's literally all about saying no to drugs and
being going to college.
yeah, if I don't know, did you ever see the tobacco bus?
No.
Oh, well, they'll
I think
bring
it's
this
after my time.
Maybe they brought this tobacco bus where it just showed
The
all
horrible
yeah,
shit.
right.
We had that in Dare.
My mom was in control of that. Yeah, my
So
mom's
she ran
basically-
Dare and shit.
Basically, it's
Yeah,
the
I remember
school's
Dare.
version of Dare.
Yeah. Here's a fucking lung.
Yeah, so my mom was all embarrassed, too. Which I
So you got
understand.
caught at school? Was that what you're saying?
No, I never got
it
caught at
became-
school. My mom caught me.
Okay.
My mom found weed in my room once when I was a sophomore, and I would just mean
Okay.
speckles of weed. And
Right.
it was
It's
before I was
oregano.
smoking heavily, and she was kind of just first time
Okay.
you get caught. It wasn't a big deal.
Did you admit it? So she's like, Connor, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, she had it in her hand, so I was like, all right.
Oh, so it was
you
enough to
caught
be
me. Yeah, you caught me.
yeah.
And my
okay.
dad was like, I'm gonna drug test you, and I was like, all right,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
It was before I ever was
Your dad?
super smoking weed. Dude, so my
fuck?
dad's
Your dad too
cool
strict
with
about
it. No, he's cool with it. He's strict because my mom's strict about it. And if he's
Oh,
not
okay.
strict about it, then my mom's gonna give him
a hard
yeah.
time. I don't want to go too hard on dad, but goddamn.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. He was a homie. He was a homie too. But
That's what's up.
but so then I got
So
caught.
she just was like, "Hey, you're going to these classes."
No, so I got caught a few more times over the years. I got caught with bongs in my truck or
But by your mom. It
yeah,
wasn't
by my
the
mom.
police. You
I
never got in
got
trouble.
caught. I got caught by the police 3 times.
So you did get caught by the police.
Yeah. In trouble once. by
okay.
the police. So
Okay.
it was just a motorcycle cop pulled up on me
Mhm.
while I was supposed to be in summer school, and it was me and my 2 friends smoking weed. And it was when I was 16 or 17. He made me call my mom, and then my mom came and picked me up. She was pretty
What the
disappointed.
fuck?
Yeah.
That's the whitest shit I've ever heard.
I know. I didn't
The
get
cop. So hold on. You were driving, smoking weed.
No, I wasn't. I was parked.
You were parked smoking weed.
I was parked smoking weed.
Okay. And the cop was like, "Hey, what are you kids doing?
Yeah. Well, my
Do you
friend
have
was
a sweet mustache like you have now?"
"Nah, dude, he's a bitch."
What a biz.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a motorcycle cop.
Yeah.
No, we were just smoking a bong out of
Okay.
my truck, and
Right.
he pulled
in,
up.
in high school, that's where
Yeah.
you get high. Yeah, I'm with you.
And he just pulled up on
It's
us.
like, "Hey, call
on
your
us,
mommy."
Basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
then,
mean, dude. All my black friends have horrible stories.
One
of
time,
getting
I know, crazy, right?
And it's that is dude,
Yeah.
call your mommy.
I know it's fucked up, but one
Totally
it's not
fucked
my
up.
fault.
I'm not blaming you, bro. I'm
the
just pointing out
world we
the
live in. No,
the
I agree,
hypocrisy.
bro. I agree, dude. It's fucked up.
I've gotten, dude,
It's
every
fucked up.
time that the cops are nothing but sweetie pies to me, dude.
Dude,
when smoking weed,
no,
whatever.
okay, actually,
like they're nice.
I've
to me.
been rolled up on the police a few times actually, more
Yeah.
than 3. One
Me too.
time, I was buying weed from a dispensary.
Okay.
Off Rosita, literally off Rosita.
Reseda in L.A.
Yeah, Van Nuys, Rosita,
Okay,
Tarzana,
yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
And I was buying just from a dispensary, and
Yeah.
these cops pulled into the alley as I was walking out of the dispensary.
Yeah, they just weren't having it.
Obviously, I had weed, bro.
Right,
They
of course.
waited for me to get in the car,
Right.
and I didn't know better at the time. So, what I'm about to say is fucking stupid. But so
Yeah, we like that. Would be good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I got back in the car, and the cops pull up. They as soon as I get in the car, they
Yeah.
just pull up,
Let's roll up.
and
on
they're
it.
like, "You have weed in the car?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you just saw me walk out of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
dispensary," and they're like, "Get out of the car!" And they
Oh,
pulled
wow.
out with their tasers.
Jesus.
And we were like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "I have my green card." No, they didn't pull out with the tasers yet. I was like,
Okay.
"I have my green card," and I
Then you went
went.
to reach. And
I
they
went to
fucking
reach,
pulled
and
it.
then they pulled out. And I
Yeah.
was just like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit!" And then that's stupid. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
You're
but
not
you
supposed
see
to do
how
that.
quick that escalates. That's the thing. Where
Escalated,
those
bro. It was
situations you see
instantly.
that are fucked up in the news.
Instantly,
It's like
bro.
these cops are coming in,
Yeah.
being dicks. They know
I
what's
was
going
literally-
on.
I
It's like,
was
what's the
literally-
problem?
I was-
You got weed, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
was
come on, get
literally
out.
going, I have my green card, and I went
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this,
but reaching,
and then,
dude.
yeah, right
Yeah,
away,
just
and they
don't fucking
fucking
around.
took out the guns,
Yeah.
get on the
They took
fucking
the
wall!
guns?
Yeah, the guns.
Jeez.
Took out the guns, get on the fucking wall! All 3 of us were on the wall,
Were you all
checked
white?
our shit.
One of you
Yeah,
brown.
Corey Lopez, but he's white. He's white.
He's just
And, and,
he's a honky.
he's a Spaniard. He swears he's
Either
not
way, I know
Mexican.
Corey.
Yeah.
He looks white.
Yeah,
he looks
yeah,
white.
he looks white.
On the
exactly,
surface, he's
he looks
very
white. And so it's just the Lopez thing, Corey's
Oh, Jesus
could go
Christ!
anyway.
This is for weed. How long ago
Yeah.
was this at this time?
I was 18, 2014, probably 13 or
Jesus,
14,
dude.
and
That's-
so
Jesus.
and so
Bit unnecessary.
So super unnecessary. So we're on the wall.
Yeah.
They look through the car. They look through our shit. Find the weed. They find like
Right.
a bong.
It was still bagged.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
stapled.
Yeah, found
together.
a bong in a bag, and then
Yeah.
they
Wow,
then they
that's what
find
fucked
my
you, huh?
no. Then they found my green card, and then they're like,
You go.
"All right, you could go." And I was
Yeah.
like, "All that for fucking."
Well, that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Like once you have that get out of jail free card, bro,
Yeah.
it doesn't hold
The-
up in court, so
that-
they can't really fuck with
that
you.
weed card
You know?
saved me
Yeah, that's what it was.
a
for
few
sure.
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the only time I got in trouble was when I was
Yeah.
too young to have the weed card, and that motorcycle cop pulled off. The other 2
Jesus,
times,
dude, they pulled guns on you guys. Dude.
guns, bro. And
I mean, for
I was
weed
18.
stop, it's
My
like-
2 friends were probably 17.
Yeah, dude, there's no... See, that's the thing,
Yeah.
like, with that whole discussion, no matter what color you are, the fact that those guys were allowed to draw lethal force for weed
bro.
is like, oh, man, that's a little...
The
that's
fact
excessive.
that they like. This
They
happened.
pulled guns on you.
Yeah,
Like,
well, the
Jesus
fact that
Christ,
they're
dude.
like, you have to get out of your car, and you're like, bro, you just saw me get out of the
Right, they
dispensary.
knew what
I'm
you
showing
did
you
to
I have
show
weed.
you ID, and
Yeah.
if you're compliant, it's like, okay, cool, dude,
Yeah,
fine.
and that's the thing. They
But
didn't
it's
even
like-
they didn't even ask for ID because I would have gave them my green card
Right.
with ID right away. They
Well,
were
that's
just
what I'm
like,
saying.
get the fuck out of the
where
car.
the situation escalates
Yeah.
so quickly, where it can,
Yeah.
and it's just like, wait a minute, dude, is this a DUI stop? Like I said, dude, I've been at multiple suspected DUI stops, and even when I did get a DUI, they were really nice about it.
Yeah, really.
You see what I mean? Where it's
Yeah.
just like, handed me a ticket. They didn't even fucking book me. They handed me a ticket and let me go on my way.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Where it's just
Yeah,
like,
that's fucked
so it's
up.
just like it's this crazy thing of like,
See,
yeah, they can pull
there
guns,
was-
and it's like that's fucking crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
There was one time. So two of the times I got out of it, I had alcohol in my car.
Yeah.
One of the times I was like pre-fading for the Ventura County Fair, and right across.
Trying to get fucked up for the fair.
Yeah. Right across right across the.
You fucking redneck. Are you fucking
Dude, it's a Ventura County Fair, bro. What else are you gonna do when you're in high school?
All right. Okay, you're in high school.
I was
That's
in
what
high
mean.
school.
Yeah,
I was in high school.
Okay. That's
So-
fair.
It was my senior year. I was 18. I was with my buddy, who was a little older than me. But right across the street from like the bus stop and the government center are these kind of shady apartments where my friend lived.
Okay.
We just smoked weed there all the time, and so that's where we went to smoke weed. And we were drinking out of Jack Daniel's bottle or some shit too.
Okay.
Smoking, drinking, chilling. And then like I go to take a swig and I look and a cop's coming up, and I'm just like, oh fuck, and I like put the
that's where you
fucking,
fucked up.
I put the fucking bottle down,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna hope for the best right now. And the cop came, and he's like, I heard you guys are smoking weed. I had my green card.
I heard.
Yeah, or he's like, you guys are smoking weed, and I was like, I was just like, yes, we
You
are.
gotta call, you're
I was
smoking
like,
weed.
yeah, and I was like, I was scared because we had the alcohol, and I know they could like search your car or
Oh,
whatever.
for sure. Yeah,
So
they
I
would
was
have
like,
gone, yeah.
so I was like, yes, we are. Here is my bong. Here is
Oh,
the
wow.
weed, and here is my green
And he was all
card.
stoked on
And-
it.
Yeah, and he was like,
Oh,
all right. Like I remember they
Surprised
were
by the
looking,
honesty.
looking at my bong, looking at my weed, and the dude was like.
Alright, have a good day.
The dude, no. The dude was conflicted. He was like, bro, I don't fucking care about smoking weed, but the fact that you're behind the wheel right now, he's like, I feel obligated to like do something. And I was,
am a police.
yeah. And I was like, oh, no,
I'm going into the fair.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not driving. We're
Going into the
we're
fair.
doing this here.
Did
And
you
then
have
we're
your keys,
going
like,
to
in
the
your
fair.
car?
No, I never did that. I
Yeah.
always threw it in the back or in my
that's
pocket.
what's up. I was gonna say.
Always. And so he was like, you're going to the fair. And I was like,
Yes, sir.
I was like, yeah. I was like, yes, sir. And he goes, all right, if you pack everything up right now and leave and go to the fair, you're good. And I was like, I'll get the fuck out of my
Got it.
car right now.
Peace.
Handed me my bong back, handed me
Yeah.
my weed back, put it in the car, locked it up, and got the fuck
dude.
out of there.
That's what I mean, dude. The
Yeah.
cops can be fucking chill.
Yeah.
Like,
They
it
can
has-
be,
has
bro.
been
That's
cool.
yeah.
Even when I've gotten in trouble, like, they were fucking cool to me.
Yeah. I was like, have you seen Andrew Schultz, some of his shit? Like, the shit he
comedian
put, yeah, that he
Yeah.
put on Netflix or, like,
Yeah.
even on Instagram. He says, like, something about, like, some white people can't imagine the cops being this fucked up to black people because they've always been so nice to
Oh,
them.
no, I've seen them be fucked up.
Yeah, no, same. I mean, we've all seen the
Seen
videos.
it.
We've all
No,
seen
in
the videos.
person. I've seen,
Okay.
like, I mean, you went to college and, like, partied, like, where
Yes.
you went in Washington was, like, a party town? Like, call it, like,
Yeah,
college kids?
Yeah,
like,
we had a lot of
college kids?
fun. We had a lot of fun. It was
Yeah,
basically
but I mean,
college
so
kids.
like in Santa Barbara, for those who don't know, I grew up in Goleta and Isla Vista, and it was like all college
Party
kids all the
town,
time,
bro, it's crazy
and
out
kids
there.
doing dumb, fucked up shit, and like the cops were
There's that
ruthless.
fucking ledge where people fall,
fall
off.
off. Yeah, that's a little not as cool. But no, I've seen cops like brutally, like for an open container, because kind of for out of towners they think like, oh dude, it's chill, we can just drink on the street, whatever.
Right.
But it's totally not, and they'll like, I've seen them rip kids like 120-pound kid to the ground, it's like full grown adult
Damn.
male, and it's like just not necessary.
Nah, bro.
Like you could just be like, hey man, come here.
Yeah,
And
that's
just
not
take 'em.
necessary.
Yeah, I've seen that, and it's like, these are
Nah,
rich
dude,
white kids.
The cops,
From
the
Palo
cops
Alto.
at my school were super chill, bro.
At your school?
I swear. Yeah.
What do you mean in college?
In school,
Oh,
at
okay.
college, like at the
Well, campus
the
security
campus
was cool.
police. The campus police were all right.
No, this was a different police
The
force.
city PD. The city PD were actually pretty chill.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't like them. A lot of people didn't like them. But, like, dealing with those cops in LA
Oh yeah.
from high school and shit made me love these cops.
Yeah.
I had a cop, we were throwing a party, and the cops came to shut it down. I was like, alright, I'll fucking shut it down, no big deal.
Okay.
And he's like, if I come back, I'm throwing you in jail. And I was like, got it, dude, I'll get my friends out of here. So I was like, kicking people out. And one of my fucking friends got jumped by like 4 people.
Okay.
And so we all had to run and like try and help him. And I don't know fucking how this happened. The cop came back, he's like in my backyard now. Basically
Okay.
in my backyard. And the same cop, and he goes, I heard there was a fight. And I was like, there was no fight. 4 fools just jumped my friend. Like, no, it's not no fight. Like, we just got them out there. I don't know where they are. I'm still trying to get people out. And he was like, all right, if I come back, I'm throwing you in jail. And I was like, all right,
You
dude.
got it, buddy.
And so, kicking people out. He comes back again because some shit happens. And he's like, all right, if I come back again, I'm throwing you in jail. And I was like, I'm starting not to believe you, dude, but all right. I was like, all right. And then never came back. I was like, all right, cool.
Throwing you in jail. He's just fucking around.
You
dude.
said it fucking 3 times. I was like, all right, what's it gonna happen?
I've straight up like some of the cops and I would just watch.
They got a
fucked up
tough.
shit and
They got a
comment on it.
tougher job
Yeah,
than my
quite a bit.
school.
I mean,
but-
yeah, IV would have these crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, there were riots there a couple years back, dude. You read about that, right?
I was.
Full-blown
I
riots.
was there.
Oh, word.
I was there.
Yeah, that was gnarly, dude.
Dude, that was
It's like 6 years
I was
ago.
a senior in high school. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that sounds right.
Full blown riots, dude.
Dude, I just remember...
Called in the National Guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I just remember, I was a senior in high school. Me and my buddies went up there because it was Deltopia. And like...
Yeah, but they would cancel that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
the town, they would, like, because it would become so big, like, they would have cops on horses. Dude, it was like Mardi Gras.
No, bro. So
And
I
it
got
was,
there.
like, not capable of
I
doing
got
that.
there, and as soon as I pulled up, people were pulling stop signs out of the
Yeah.
ground
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
dude.
shaking cars.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
grew up
like,
there, dude. I saw
know-
that every
know.
fucking year.
So within the first hour, bro, I was there. We kind of got there a little late. The first hour, fucking tear gas started exploding everywhere.
Yeah.
And we're just like, what the fuck? And then rubber bullets started getting shot. And then, so I go back to my friend's house. The next thing you know, you just see these motherfuckers with riot shields walking down the fucking the streets with their dogs. It was fucking
They have
crazy.
that shit on deck, dude. So there's very close by, there's another police station. They have, like, riot gear and all that shit, like, on deck for stuff like that.
Oxnard PD was there. Ventura PD.
Well, they had been there. Dude. They called. So this is such a big event that all those
They were
local
all already
police
there.
forces literally respond
Yeah.
ahead of time, just to be there. Because dude, I mean, you look up footage of this. It's like a fucking parade ground.
No, I've been
of
there,
just
bro.
18 to 20. I mean, older people and they're pervy, but it's to the point of like you're like 25.
Yeah.
It's weird to be there.
Oh, for sure. I'm 25. My little brother was going to SBCC, so he would go down there a lot.
For sure.
And he would invite me out there, and I'd be 24, and I'd be like, dog, if there's girls that are there that are younger than 21.
Well, how old's your
It's
brother,
weird.
though? Like, your brother's 21?
He's 21.
So that's what I mean. Like, you're still,
no, when
like...
you're 21, 22...
Yeah,
Go
for
at
it.
it, bro.
But even you going there, like, you know your brother. Like, there's a reason you're there, right? Like, if you show up and somebody checks you, like, hey, man, what are you doing here? It's like, oh, it's my brother's place.
Yeah.
That's, like, acceptable.
At least have a reason, right?
If you're 34 and somebody
just
like me
there.
and you're just, like, hanging out, dude, I'm just hanging out, bro. It's
Here
just
for
like,
Deltopia.
all right, Chris D'Elia, get the fuck out of here, man. Just
bro,
leave.
for
You're
real.
not welcome. You got gray in your beard. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, you're looking like a weird uncle.
Dude, I felt like that at 25 because I grew up.
Dude, that's how
house is over the freeway.
That's how I feel now. I'm 25.
You should. That's a proper feeling. Like I'm gonna go to an
dude.
establishment where they check IDs.
I know.
And I'm not gonna get any tomfoolery. You know what I mean?
Bro. Anything other than 21 it's just doesn't feel right. Plus, it helps that my
think
little
so.
brother's 21
so.
too. I think that helps because if I was ever with a girl and they were younger than my little brother, I'd be like, yeah, it's a little weird.
It's very weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
At least
I'm
like
with you,
right
dude.
now. And like,
Yeah, because you're 24, right? And like
Or
dating
25.
a chick.
25.
25. All right, pretty close. But to me, I'm 34, dude. Like married. Like to me, it's just like, yeah, dude, you're dating a chick in college. Like, what are you talking about? Or even like,
Yeah, it doesn't line up.
no, I don't know. It's
She get her master's, PhD.
What are you into? Are you a doctor? Well, I'm into construction.
No, she's getting her bachelor's.
Bachelor's. Communications. You need to do something with it. It's on the right track.
Yeah.
Oh
dude.
man.
Yeah. No, so the cops were way more chill than I was. When I was
Washington, dude. Washington is definitely more chill than.
When I was a freshman, we did this block party.
Okay.
And it was nothing close to like what Deltopia was, but there was a fuck ton of people. And it was during the day. And all the cops did was the cops pulled up, I forget what time, like, I think it was like 3 o'clock and it had to stop by 5. That's just like the permit rule or whatever.
You had permits?
They didn't have permit. I don't remember. It was just like the rule. I don't remember the rules, but you just couldn't make noise after a certain time.
Okay.
But it wasn't like 10 or 11. Like, it wasn't late. It was kind of early.
As fuck.
Yeah, it was weird. But the cops pulled up like 2 hours before, and they were like, just didn't even get out of the car, just on the speaker. They're like, this has to be over in 2 hours by 4 o'clock, and you could be here. And people were like, fuck the police. And they were like, all right, later.
Okay, bye. We'll come back and do this in an hour.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It is funny, dude. It is a hard job, though, dude. I will say.
For
like,
sure.
Being a cop, like, fuck that job. I wouldn't want that job. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro, it'd be
Absolutely
fucking
not.
way
It'd
too
be fucking
hard.
horrible, dude.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Yeah, it's super hard. Everyone hates you. You know that. Dude, in this neighborhood around here, dude. Yeah, dude. Nah.
I'd have
Not
a
with
hard
it.
time, like, arresting some people, too.
That's what I mean. Like, being a dick. Like, everyone's like, dude,
Yeah.
you're going like 72.
Yeah, you know.
You know, like, Sorry, you gotta do it. And then, like,
Yeah, bro.
ruin somebody's day, you know, like, you're a piece of shit, you know that, right? Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Just the fact that you could do shit like that, where you could just fuck people over for, like, shit that's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're going 72. It's like,
Yeah.
that asshole was going 75 in the right lane.
You know, if I'm arresting, like, a fucking murder or some shit, like, yeah, I'm all about it. All about it.
I know, but, like, that's so rare. That's what I mean.
Exactly,
Every time I fuck with police, it's over, like, you know, trivial shit.
Over weed, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where at this
Pretty
point, that's what I
much.
mean. It's like, all right, like,
Pretty
where everybody's on board, like, just leave those people alone. Unless they're
Yeah.
so high, they're, like, driving erratically, but then that's like, all right, they should get in trouble for that.
Definitely.
You can't handle your shit. Get your shit together, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, so what was it like growing up? Like, your parents were strict, so could you watch, like, certain movies? Like, what were you
My
into
parents
as a
were,
kid?
like, strict, but, like, not
Okay.
strict. I don't know, it was kind of hard. My mom's pretty strict, but my dad's pretty laid back.
That's what's up. So
Yeah.
what sort of shit did you watch as a kid? Like, were
As
you
a
into that you
kid?
remember, like,
Dude,
being like, yo, that was tight?
I remember when I was little, I really liked Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, so
Dragon Ball
like
Z was
animated
tight.
show, like that was your show, or was there other
It
animated
was one
shows?
of them. Dude, fucking
Okay.
Fairly Odd Parents were tight when I was, like, in first grade.
Fairly, I don't think I.
That was
even Dragon
for
Ball Z. I
sure
didn't fuck with
after your time.
that. Old piece of shit. You know about my culture. Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. Like, it's different. Like, I'm 34. My cartoons, I don't know if they're the same.
I don't know. Okay, well, like, I liked Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Or whatever. Like, what did you watch? Because you're like, you know, trying to be a comedian like me, or being a comedian. We're both, you know, we do
Okay.
comedy. Like, what
Yeah.
was like? Was there something that you saw or heard? You know, maybe like another person, another stand-up that you're like, dude, this is fucking tight.
No, I don't. I always liked Robin Williams when I was
Okay,
little.
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
always liked him.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was ever a time where I was like saw someone doing stand up and was like, I want to do what he's doing. I just kind of
Okay.
always wanted to like entertain. Like, I used to just think about telling. I don't know about you, but when I was little, like, I remember one of the first things I thought was like, oh, I'm kind of funny. You know, when you're little
okay.
and like
What
you
is-
kind of figure out. No, when you're
No,
like,
I don't have that moment. No, no
Okay,
one was
dude.
like, hey, dude, you're funny.
No,
Or I had a
no.
moment like, that was clever.
No, not like that. I just remember when I was little, like maybe like second grade-ish,
Okay.
maybe first grade, just like noticing people laugh at the
At the
things
shit
I
you did?
say or do.
Okay.
And I just remember being like, oh, I'm funny.
Do you remember like your
People-
first, like, what you did? Like, did you...
No,
You know what I
I
mean?
remember. I remember when I was in first grade. This is kind of cringy. I used to when it was
I
people.
used to pull my dick out
No,
in the
no.
bathroom.
Only
to
in the
get a
library.
laugh.
No, just kidding.
Only in the
No,
library.
just kidding.
Smash between the butt for a laugh, you know? Jackass style.
Nah, I would. If it was like someone's birthday and they brought like a cupcake or something,
Okay.
I wouldn't use my hands in like first grade. Like, I'd unwrap it. And like
Just-
go for it.
Okay.
I was
So
like a 6-year-old, and people ate that shit up. They loved it.
That's what I mean. So for attention and laugh, like for jokes,
Yeah.
you would be like
I just
a
remember-
physical style.
Yeah, I guess. I just
Okay.
remember people
It's
like.
funny because now you just sit on a stool all the time.
Yeah, I know. I don't be like that.
So
at
you got
all.
your physical comedy out at 6.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I
no,
smash
but I
cupcakes
also-
with my face.
I also noticed like people would laugh at some of the shit I'd say too, and
Okay.
so I just remember just like thinking to myself like, I'm funny, just like keep trying to be funny. Like, people like you when you're funny, so just keep trying to
Yeah,
be funny.
like it was that. Do you think like maybe your acceptance? Like,
Yeah,
with your
for
friends,
sure.
like,
When
hey,
I was
I'm
little,
funny.
for
I
sure.
can make dudes laugh.
Yeah,
Like,
it was like
squat
probably like
or
one of the first. Yeah, it was like one of the first things I realized I was like somewhat good at, maybe.
Yeah, to get it,
You know.
dude. When we played ball at the Boys and Girls Club, like you had to gain respect. It wasn't just
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you got to be funny or like,
Right.
you know, the.
It was like, I guess it was like
I
my way
couldn't
to
fight,
fit
so
in.
being funny, you know, I guess like I never realized that was funny. I never had that like revelation,
Okay.
and they're definitely not there.
Yeah. I
Joking
don't know.
around, but like fucking to us it was just like breaking balls and fucking
Right.
around. But I never equated it to like, oh, I'm funny.
Mhm.
Even now, like I don't know, like I'm surprised when people
No.
find shit funny.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, I just thought like I noticed people would laugh at me, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
But you were little, like so you were 6. You said cupcake smashing.
Yeah. 6.
So you're aware that like so at 6 did you want to be a comedian or you just wanted to make people laugh? You know what I mean?
I just thought like I could make more friends if I was funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I feel like
cool.
that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, like through humor. Yeah, I always like that. Yeah, like being funny.
Yeah.
Like, people like people who are funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like it was just like
like a square, like Eeyore character.
Yeah, like
right,
I was.
dude.
I don't know. It was just kind of like maybe one of the first personal traits I found out about myself. Like, people laugh at some of the things I say and do. Like, keep trying, people.
Funny.
Yeah,
Chicks
keep
like
it
funny.
up. Yeah, I guess that's what I was thinking in first grade. Like, we get so many chicks being funny.
Crush it. I'm gonna get so much.
I'm a fuck.
Dude, nap time. We got those nap time jokes for you. I'm gonna do a type 5. Do a type 5 before nap time.
Yeah.
So, what, you started comedy like 2 years ago? How long you been?
Yeah, about 2 years now. It's kind of, I feel bad counting this year though. I feel.
Yeah,
like,
that's very true.
I feel like an imposter counting this year because I've like.
So it's definitely like how? Okay, so how much working time? Like a year and a half, let's say.
Yeah, we go with that. Let's
go with that. Like we got to subtract a whole year, pretty much.
When I was in, I've still like tried to write and shit, but it's.
Yeah, but it's I got you. So right now you've been writing. And
I'll do the park shows every once in a while. That's just not.
The park shows can be hit or miss, dude, and then the beach shows.
It's just not the same.
It's not the same, but you can still like bounce bits off of fellow comedians and like see each other for sure. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's
like,
fun
I went
to go
one like last week, and man, it was
good.
Like I bounced a bunch of new shit. But then at the end, I got brain locked and like had to do an old bit. I had to do my first bit
a few times.
to just get off.
It's nice to be able to tell jokes. I'm
Yeah,
grateful that people are willing to host the shows in the park and shit.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! It's
awesome.
been like for the folks doing that, especially like right now, it's super hard.
Kudos for them. Just fuck.
For everybody, dude.
Yeah.
All the folks like. Yeah, just doing it, dude. Because I don't put on shows. I'm trying to do this.
Either.
Just it's pretty low key.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. So.
What are you talking about, dude? You fucking personally designed Brad Pitt's pool.
Koi pond. I didn't personally design.
Come on, bro. You did it. Come on. You personally designed.
I supervised.
You personally designed Brad Pitt's koi fish pond with a crew.
I told him
I
told him when the acid guys were coming because
told him when the acid guy was coming.
Acid wash.
Right.
So like the pool, you gotta do the chemicals so the plaster hardens and whatever.
Sure.
You gotta clean it with acid. They were all wondering when that
was Brad.
What the next
Brad
step.
himself.
Yeah, Brad was talked like the end of the day.
Comes out. Mr. Pitt himself. This is a true story.
Mr. Pitt
Set it up right, dude. You're at Brad Pitt's house, working. You're designing his koi pond. Sitting there sketching away, thinking what Brad, the most handsome man on live.
I wasn't telling him when I work at his house.
Is that true? We're not allowed to talk about this at all?
It's fine.
Come on, you can't talk about it?
It's past tense. I'm going to talk about it.
Okay, I was like, dude,
I don't think
I know you signed shit about photos, because you told me you're not allowed, you couldn't take photos. You couldn't take photos of the house or him, obviously.
You're not allowed to ask for autographs.
A reasonable
you're not allowed to, like, go up to him.
That's reasonable.
And... like a few things, kind of like that, yeah.
So was there a thing in there that you're not supposed to be telling the story right now? Like a stipulation of not even talking about it?
I know you're not allowed to tell people where he lives, and you weren't.
Right, we're not doing that. I don't want to.
You weren't allowed to tell any people you were working at his house, but I'm not working there anymore, so.
That makes sense because while you're working there, they'll follow you there.
Yeah.
But you're not anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're safe. That's what I'm saying. If we need to, we can cut this out. But
yeah. So basically.
You're at Pitt's house designing his koi pond. You're like sketching the fucking koi jumping out of the water. Just go with this.
Okay.
Just go with this. You're sitting there sketching the koi.
Now, so what happened was
Brad comes up to you.
They were
his aura. Did you notice his aura or him first? It's Brad Pitt, man.
Bro, this is what happened. Okay. So we're doing the finishing touches.
Doing the acid wash. I got you.
No, before the acid wash.
Before the acid wash.
We're doing the finishing touches, and all of a sudden Brad Pitt walks out, bro.
Answer the question. Did you see him first, or did you just sense his presence? You felt him, right?
You kind of felt him. It was like
you were looking this way.
Yeah.
And then you just were like, "There's something."
I kind of
gotta look this way, right?
Yeah.
And then you look back.
It wasn't the first time I saw him that day, though. But
All right.
But the first time I saw him was almost crazier. It wasn't like crazy, but he's super chill, dude. He's like
why wouldn't you
down
be Brad fucking Pitt?
Yeah, but he almost acts like a regular. He knows who he is. He knows
You listen to that Mark Maron podcast.
Yeah, yes.
Is he like that for real?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
He knows.
when
Like,
you met him, at least.
he knows.
He's the coolest.
He
man
knows
alive.
he's fucking tight, and if someone meets him, they're gonna be stoked. He knows that, bro. So
Absolutely.
he was.
That's a good point.
Super friendly.
That's tight.
Super friendly.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, he was
so.
cool.
So the first
His
time I saw him
you
was in
sensed
the
his
morning.
aura. You look over. There's Brad.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go with that.
Drinking
so
his coffee
he
in
comes
his robe,
out.
and you're just like,
he just
damn.
walks out. He's in like jeans and a shirt. He's tatted up. He's got some tattoos.
I didn't
He's
know
got
that.
his
That's tight.
long hair.
Okay.
And he comes out, and you know Brad Pitt's out there. Even if you weren't looking at him, you know, because production slowed down. Like, it
'Cause other people
visibly
saw him.
slowed down. This is all the workers started doing this.
Yeah,
They're all like
So
looking
it
at
really-
him,
that's
but
what I'm
not
saying.
looking
You
at him. Yeah.
sense- it's
All
like
the
the wave.
attention, bro. All
The
the
wave.
attention.
The
It was
pit wave,
crazy.
dude.
And so,
It's crazy.
like, you signed a thing saying you can't go up to him. So I was like, I'm not gonna go up to him, but like,
But I gotta work over there, so I'm gonna walk over there.
I'm gonna stay close. I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
as close
they
as I
didn't
can. I'm
say
not
to
gonna like.
you're the supervisor.
Yeah, I'm
You're
supervisor.
designing the pond. The koi needs to go.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
Brad
so
is.
I'm just. He's by the
Run some
koi
ideas
pond.
off, dude.
I literally, they're like part of the waiver is like you can't walk around his house, so I had to stay near the koi pond.
You were sketching where the koi was jumping.
Yeah. So
Stay on task with the story. You were sketching Brad.
Brad
is
Pitt.
near
Brad
where
Pitt
the koi
walks.
was gonna go.
Brad Pitt walks out, and he's kind of like checking it out, looking at it, and his assistant comes up to him, and he's talking to his assistant, and I'm in ear range, so I could hear what they're saying, right? And I'm just kind of chilling over there, and I'm like, give me an excuse to come up and talk to him, you know, like, give me an excuse. And I was like, not trying to, because I know it's against the rules, but like, also like,
Fuck the rules.
this is fucking Brad Pitt, bro.
Yeah, fuck the rules. This is your shot.
Yeah, and so,
I'll get fired for that.
and so, yeah, for sure. And so,
I quit. I don't give a fuck.
And so he's talking to the assistant, and he's asking the assistant a question about what's going to happen to the koi pond tomorrow. I don't exactly remember the question.
But it seemed like a question for you. It seemed like a question for me,
the
the
assistant
man in charge.
didn't know. The assistant didn't know,
Sketching the
and I
koi
think
fish.
other helpers were there.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, I'm not exactly sure," and I heard them. And
you
so,
just
and
made
so
yourself
I just,
look as
I
important
just
as
like
possible.
I was kind of behind them
Yeah.
like this, and so I kind of looped, so I was like in their vision a little bit because I'm not gonna
Yeah.
sneak up on Brad Pitt.
Well,
you
they're in
know?
the way of where the koi should
So
go.
I
So you
kinda-
had to move
I
around.
kind of pulled up, and I was like, "This and this is happening tomorrow," and he looked at me. He's like,
Dude, that's what's up.
He's like, you know
answered
what's up?
his question.
Yeah, I answered his question.
Uncued. That's
"Uncued."
bullshit.
I answered
That's
his
what's up,
question,
dude.
and so he
That
turned,
wasn't in the rules.
That wasn't in the rules, but like he's
Brad needs
technically
answers.
Technically, he's the homeowner. He's my main customer. These other people work for him. He's not the customer. He had
Amen.
a question. I had to answer for him.
Brad's asking questions in earshot, and you have
I
answers.
have the answer.
You give
I
answers.
have the answer.
Why
And so-
are you even questioning yourself?
Exactly.
You did the right thing.
Exactly. So
Brad had a question. You had an answer.
I walk up to him.
Boom.
I didn't walk up to him, but I was like, "This is that," and he looks at me and he's like, "You like are in charge?" I'm like, "I'm supervisor," and he's
I'm
like,
sketching
"All right,"
the koi.
and he's like, "All right," and so I talked to him for a little bit. He's just kind of asking questions. And
Koi pond related
yeah,
questions.
and then I introduced him to Guillermo, who's like the head of the finishing work for the koi pond, and I was like, "This fool
How
can
fucking
answer."
stoked was Guillermo?
Guillermo stoked. And
Guillermo knew who he
yeah,
was.
Yeah, Guillermo knew who he was. Guillermo
he a
doesn't
fan?
get super starstruck though.
Because Guillermo doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
about,
Guillermo
he
doesn't
doesn't
give a
watch
fuck.
Brad's movies.
But he was still cool. He was still like cool about it.
He knew who Brad was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone knows who Brad is.
That's what I mean, dude. Like, honestly, dude, that's almost more baller. The fact that Guillermo was like, "Yeah, dude, whatever."
Yeah. So
What's up, Mr. Pitt?
it is. So then I talked to him for a little bit, and
That's
I
what the
was,
finish is
and
gonna
I
look
was
like,
just
dude.
kind
I
of
hope you like
like,
it.
and I was just kind of like, "Yeah, you got any more questions?" Like,
I'm your
I
man,
got you.
Connor.
Yeah. And
I
so
also
he was
do
like,
comedy. Take
and
care.
he was like, "All right, thanks, bro."
He touched you.
Walk by. I was like, "This motherfucker just touched me."
Did you look at
Yeah.
your? How did you play?
I played it cool. I was like, "Fuck, this motherfucker just touched me," and I walked off. And I was like texting my brother the whole time. I was bro, I'm at Brad Pitt's house.
Yeah, you texted me that.
Yeah, and
Texted me
so
that,
and
I'm like, oh, that's
so
Even though you shouldn't have been doing that.
I
Like,
texted
you're
my
breaking
no, I
rules.
shouldn't have.
Admitted
But
it.
I
We'll edit
texted
that
my
part.
brother. I was like, I just met Brad Pitt and he touched me. I was like, I'm fucking pretty stoked right now.
Yeah, I'm very stoked.
And then the
Thanks,
next day,
So what's up?
I was there and we were
And he was
getting done. We were wrapping up, and he walks out again, and I just like literally, I'm just happen to be walking the way he's coming.
Right.
And I'm just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna walk by him, no big deal. And he's like, hey, how's it going, bro? Like, good to see you again. And I was just like, thanks, dude, how you doing? And he was like, good, and just kept walking by, and I was like, yeah, bro, Brad Pitt remembered me. He said, what's up? Like, yeah.
Dude, like, bad did you even go for that? Or it was just weird? That kind of sounds weird, like, I wish that, you know what I mean?
Nah, he didn't go for that, but it was cool.
No, I know he didn't, but, like, did you want to?
No,
was there anything, or you were just like,
attempt.
oh, shit.
I didn't even it was more like, oh shit, he's coming, and I was
I'm about
like...
to walk by Brad Pitt.
Yeah, and, like, the rules are going through my head, so I kind of, like...
Fuck all that.
I was like, I'm going to give him a little room, and he kind of... Maybe read it a little bit. He was like,
and it's during COVID.
Right? Yeah, and it was during COVID,
right.
So you had to have your mask on. That's
the other thing about the rules, where like it kind of could sound dickish, but right now it's like no, it's just
it was during COVID, so I had my mask on. That was the biggest upset for me was that I had the mask on. Because
did he?
No, he didn't. It's his house. No one fucking cares.
But some people have, dude. I've been working in construction too, and like a lot of homeowners will greet me in their mask.
Right. Yeah, that's how. Same. He wasn't in a mask. He wasn't in a mask. Yeah, and
Brad Pitt.
But everybody else had to wear one.
Yeah.
And I was doing the bandana.
Everyone else wear a fucking mask.
It was early COVID, you know, and so I was wearing the bandana, so you really couldn't see my face, and like
Connor Corsentino, I do spots.
It wasn't even that, bro. It's like. I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but like my whole life, like ever since I was little, people have been telling me I looked like him.
Right, you've told me.
And then the one time I meet him, I'm fucking super grateful for meeting him. Super grateful.
And you think that
the
he would
one time I meet him, my whole face is covered,
But what the fuck
bro.
do you think? You think he'd?
No,
really
I don't think he'd say anything. I really don't.
Hey, you look like me.
I don't think I look like
you wouldn't
super. I don't think I look like that much like him.
I've told you.
People have told me that, and I don't disagree with them. You know, I'm never
why
gonna
would
be
you?
like,
it's a huge compliment.
I'd never be like, fuck no, I don't look like Brad Pitt. Yeah, I'm more like, all right, so like, what do you want to do now?
Where do we go from here? Like, how much do I look like him? Because real Brad Pitt would be closing you right now.
Yeah. But
because you know me, dude, I get you look like Seth Rogen. So it's like I don't know what to do with that.
So you know you're fucking.
Sure. Seth, he gets a lot of it. He's just pussy.
Man.
No, because I met him. You know, I met him.
Yeah,
right outside of the.
Yeah.
It was actually awkward and embarrassing. Because I have the same thing. I thought, and I didn't have a mask.
You met him at a weed shop, though, right?
Yeah, but it was across from. We were waiting to go up at the Hollywood Improv,
right?
And I saw him coming, and I just geeked out. I tried not to fanboy out, but it was like. I did, and it was weird.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
But again, I thought like, hey, he'd look at me and be like, then we'd like fuck off and be like, have a brand new life together, and none of that happened.
Nah, dude, when I saw Brad Pitt, I was just like, he's fucking built, dude. He's like,
of course,
yeah, and he had
I've seen all of his movies.
He's had his long hair when it was slicked back, and
okay.
I was just like, oh, dude, this fool's way hotter than me.
yeah. I remember you told me that, like not when we first met, but like, early on and hanging out. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
And he's like pretty tall. He's like
the most handsome man in the world, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Brad fucking
It was
Pitt.
Cool. It was super cool.
He's the man.
Him. Yeah. But okay, so the first time I saw him though,
get the fuck
was in the morning.
Okay.
Well, just so the first time I saw him, I get to his house. I wasn't expecting to see him at all, and
you had to have been hoping though. Did you know it was his house?
Yeah.
Okay. Like when you got the gig, for like a month leading in, you were like, "Hey, I'm working at Pitt's house."
No, so when I first got the gig, my job, my boss was like telling me about the pool stuff. And he was like, sometimes we get big clients. Right now, we're doing Brad Pitt. And before they did Brad Pitt, they did Robert Downey Jr. My dad worked at Robert Downey Jr.'s house too, but they didn't meet him.
Oh man!
But my dad also worked at I'm blanking on his name. He's in a Christopher Waltz, maybe
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, he's
Glorious
in
Bastards.
Django. Yeah, all those movies. Yeah. My dad did his house too.
Oh, okay.
And my dad said he was super cool.
That's cool.
But so
Jew hunter.
Yeah. So anyways, I get to Brad Pitt's house, and I'm just kind of like getting ready, whatever, and I go like use the porta potty in kind of like the front area by that main entrance, and a box truck pulls up, and I'm just like, oh, it's probably just like whatever, and he drives right past me, and I just kind of look.
He's in the box truck?
He's driving the box truck.
What's in the box?
No one, yeah, what's in the box? No, but no one else is in it. He's in the box truck, and like I see him go by.
Fucking hilarious.
And
you yelled that at him, dude.
That would have been great.
He says
but
fans yell at him all the time.
I looked at it. And I looked away, and I was like, "What the fuck? That Brad Pitt's driving that? Like, what the fuck?"
Yeah, he drives his own truck.
Yeah,
He drives his own production gear.
It was cool, dude. It was cool. It just kind of made him seem more like. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Because imagine if you had that interaction with him and you had piped up and he was like, shut the fuck up. And it was like, you told me that story and be like, damn, bro.
Yeah,
like,
dude, that would have been heartbroken.
I
would have been like, now I don't want to come back here tomorrow.
Yeah, he's like my hero, dude.
Dude,
like,
he's so
since
tight.
a kid,
he's so tight, yeah.
What did it? Do you remember your first movie that you were like, this fucking guy? Because he's been like the man for like 30 fucking years, dude.
Dude, I don't know.
You don't even know. I fucking know. See, here's the thing. Like, you ever see Cool World?
No.
It's horrible. It's a terrible film
Okay.
where he biffs it on a motorcycle and dies, and then is teleported into a cartoon world where he's the detective.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is in like 92, so I was 5 and I saw that and I'm like, this guy's the fucking man.
No way, that's so funny.
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne's in it. Like it's actually like I've been meaning to rewatch it. I think it's on one of those fucking streaming platforms. But then he did like 94. He went on to do I think was that Legends of the Fall and then he did Interview with a Vampire and those movies that like really projected him into like being that.
The Legends of the Falls when he's real young, huh?
Yeah, I think he's in his early 20s. Like that movie's fucking
that
dope,
movie
dude.
And Mr. and Mrs. Smith are like
get the fuck.
No, listen, no. I'm not saying they're the two movies I like. Those are the two movies where people say I look like him the most.
All right,
There's Mr. and Mrs. Smith because I used to buzz my head a lot, and then that one just because he was super young. And when people said that I looked like him more, I was.
Did you scout really Germans or something? Because like that movie is like.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen? Oh my god, it's Yeah, a lot of people hadn't, dude. It's kind of like a.
My mom always tells me to watch it because
it's a good one, dude.
Because she's always like, that's the only time I think you look like him. I'm like, all right, well.
All right, mom, take it easy.
Yeah.
That movie's heavy though, dude.
Okay.
Because, it's one of those movies you watch and it's like, okay. Like, don't watch that shit before bed, dude. Okay. Like, I don't want to give anything away, but I highly recommend it. It's like one of those early movies, like I said, that he's super young, but it's like a very dramatic film, and it's like that was a very hard character to do.
I liked him.
Sure.
Like when he was like super famous, like all those movies in the 90s. Like I'm bored.
Well, he let in. I think it was like 2000. He did fucking Fight Club, which at that point it was like if you weren't on board then, it was like, well.
Yeah.
You're on board now, dude.
I remember Ocean's 11 was super dope.
That one, I think, came a few years later, but then that just kind of solidified him for the next. You know what I mean?
Snatch was super dope.
That was 2002. Dude, I remember seeing that specifically. That was one of the films, too. I had already loved him. Mm-hmm. And Guy Ritchie, that was like his big American movie. And like my dad's mom, my grandma, she's this old Jewish woman, or she passed, but old Jewish woman, loved action movies. We went to see it together, and I fucking loved it. Came out of the theater just like, that was fucking sick, dude. Asked her, I'm like, what'd you think, Grandma? She's like, fucking hated it. Because of the accents, bro. So she just couldn't. And it was funny because she had the thickest Long Island Jewish accent. And, I mean, you can understand her, but she had a thick accent, but you just couldn't understand, like, Pitt being the pikey, you know, and, like, that Cagney. But the way that was filmed, dude, and Guy Ritchie's like one of my favorite filmmakers, like just across the board. And that's kind of like what got me into comedy is this like storytelling and that shit. Like to me, like George Carlin, I heard as a little kid, and not that I was like I can do that. I just was like, yeah, what a fucking sick job that would be.
Yeah, I remember thinking that. I think the first comedian I really got into was Jeff Dunham. That was like when I was in middle school and he was kind of like super big then. I know it's kind of corny, but
no, dude, Jeff Dunham. I mean, he builds all those puppets. I mean, I
didn't know
his
he built those.
Yeah, dude. What made me kind of come on board was like Bill Burr, who's very respected. He complimented Dunham of like how talented he is, and not just in comedy. And it was just like, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he was just like the biggest guy when I was little.
Oh, even today, dude.
Yeah, he's still huge.
He's
still
a huge draw.
Yeah, he was hilarious. Him, and then obviously I got into Bill Burr. That was like more in high school.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like everyone mentions him.
Everyone does.
His trajectory has been crazy, man.
I grew up watching the Chappelle Show because
sure, yeah, that was huge. I think same time frame we're talking about, like Snatch. Mm-hmm. So that's when you really. So you're 24. So like, yeah, that was what I'm talking about. 25. I like the number 24.
Quarter century. That's good.
25. But like that was like big when you were like 13.
Yeah, I remember in middle school is when I really first started getting into stand up, because that's when I first like found out what YouTube was, and I remember just searching up like stand up and shit and just kind of looking into.
Then your guys were Dunham. That was your.
I liked Dunham a lot. Well, just that was like the only guy I really knew at the time. Okay. Him. Oh, dude, I used to love Ralphie May.
Ralphie May, yeah, for sure.
I loved Ralphie May, great bro. Comedian. Patrice O'Neal, of course.
Yes.
I remember all my friends loved him.
See, there you went. You went, like, a lot edgier. Yeah. Where you went, like, Dunham to...
I watched a lot of Gabriel Iglesias at first, too.
Oh, sure, yeah. I've seen him live many times. He's great.
And then, those were kind of the main dudes. I mainly was into Ralphie May at first, I think.
Yeah, he's great, man.
I loved his stories.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was a really great storyteller, man.
And that's kind of how I do my stand-up for the most part. I'm more of a storyteller.
Or like sit down, Mark Maron type.
A little bit.
On the.
I don't know.
We're still new finding out like what works, dude.
Yeah.
But what made you decide? Because you've been sitting on the stool, not all the time, but like.
No, I've always wanted to.
I just like give you shit for sitting on the stool. I don't know why.
Bro, I saw Andrew Schultz do a thing, an interview where he was talking about, like, a lot of people that start out doing stand-up that are good or end up being good normally have stage presence or good jokes. Like, normally it's one of the two.
Okay.
Like, we were talking about a comic earlier that's got a lot of good premises, but his stage presence isn't always there, right?
Okay, yeah.
So it's like normally you got one or the two.
Yeah, I got you.
And a lot of people told me I had good stage presence, and I did theater in high school and stuff, so I was like used to being on a stage, so felt comfortable, and so like moving around on the stage was just kind of natural for me at this point, I guess, or just.
I don't remember any fucking act outs you do.
No, I never do. I never do act outs, but just like I like walk around and shit. I don't know. People just tell me I had good stage presence. I don't fucking.
I'm not denying that. That's not what I'm saying, Dick.
Okay.
All I'm saying is. All right, go on.
I'm still very calm, but.
Well, I'm just saying, like, why? So sitting down. Go on.
When you sit down, it kind of takes that away a little bit, and you have to focus on the joke more than like.
Okay.
Even though I wasn't really doing that, and that's just kind of
that's what I mean. You weren't so animated.
No, I'm not super animated, but it kind of makes.
No, it gives you do good. Like I like it when you do it when you're on point, where you're like sitting there and you kind of like lean in.
Yeah.
And like I said, it is kind of like how Maron does. It's not because Maron's style is much different.
And plus at these open mics and shit, when you're at these dive bars, when there's not a lot of people, I feel like when
that's what I mean. That's a ballsy fucking move.
Okay, but listen,
to take away one of our weapons of like.
When I sit down, I feel like I'm more on everyone's level. You know, because when I try to do stand up, I try and like.
I see what you're saying.
When I try to do it, I try and like kind of have a conversation with people. Like I'm obviously not wanting a response other than laughter.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to talk to you and you talk back to me, but I'm trying to like present myself more as like we're having a conversation rather than a show. Yeah, right. When I'm sitting down,
well, you didn't do it at the big shows we've done. You were been doing your thing.
Because at Levity, it's like I'm sitting down. I'm not at everyone's level, and this is the big.
Well, no, that was exactly. That's what I'm like asking why. Because to me, like sitting down, like. I have all these fucking nerves, and even though like I do really work on my writing, and you're right, I agree, like having your writing being on point and like the joke logic being good, but like I'm just so fucking like I'm fired up, dude. Like sitting down, it's just like I'd be so. I don't know. I don't really get like that.
You
sit in the pocket. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like when you do it, like It was hit or miss like a few times out of the
For
worst I've
sure.
seen, but like a few times I've seen where it's like, damn, dude, you got it to work right on.
Recently, I've been looking at a lot of my tape, and
Okay.
there's a few times where I was like, oh man, I need to put a little more, a little emphasis on something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like
Yeah.
physically, maybe that would give the emphasis where like you're taking away that tool.
Yeah.
Especially in the setting that we have to work in, where it's like a fucking dive bar with drunks there to be drunk, not hear comedy. Like people don't give a fuck what we have to say a lot of the time. So like we have to get their attention.
Yeah, get their
and
attention.
And of course, like I hear what you're saying. You don't want to be this hacky like fucking clown.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like you want it to all meld together,
Right.
but that's what's kind of cool about doing like our sets, where it's like you can try sitting down.
Yeah,
you can
definitely.
try
That's
doing
what's cool
shit
about the
going for
open
it.
mics.
Yeah, well, that's
You
what I'm
can try
saying. Like
whatever.
before COVID, it was like, dive bars. Now it's like parks, and dude, we're doing like in fields with dogs running past us, and
I know, bro.
it's
You'll
fucking
be at a park,
interesting.
and people are doing comedy, so they're talking about like the craziest shit and cussing, and then there's like a 4-year-old that runs by, and you're just like,
dude,
dude.
some of the folks,
Yeah.
and even myself, dude. Like I caught myself last week when we were doing it, and I'm like, no one wants to hear this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
No, we went to the
last
time I did it.
with a 4-year-old around.
Yeah,
I was like,
last time we were there, I was there at least at Cemetery. The PA system was super loud. Like you'd hear that shit for sure.
Yeah,
anywhere in the park.
They've legit had
And
complaints
so
on social media.
all the people that were walking
Which
their
is
dogs
hilarious.
were like clustered, and I knew they
Backing
could hear us.
away from.
Yeah, but they weren't. They were kind of by like that parking lot right there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
that's what I'm talking
I
about.
knew they could hear us, so I walked up, and the first, well, I guess my second joke, I made fun of the person that went before me, but the second joke,
Standard.
I like thanked them all for ignoring us.
Yeah, I did. That's kind of what I did.
And then one of them flipped me off, and I was like, oh, I got you now.
I won. Yeah, they were. There's people that have like literally started like moms groups.
Yeah, I've seen that.
There's like complaining.
They got one good review. They got
Yeah,
one.
got a couple.
Yeah.
But it's been tough.
Dude,
So
tough.
So how do you usually write? Do you write your bits in full? Like how do you do your?
Dude, nah, I
Just the
fucking
changes?
Yeah, my bits like the main punchlines pretty much stay the whole time, but when I
Ariel?
Ariel?
You write that joke backwards. You just wanted to say Ariel.
Nah.
Go ahead with what you're saying.
I like more. Will come up with like idea, or like I'll think of a punchline in my head or something, or like a.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
presence.
like with that joke in particular, like
Uh-huh.
you had that first, like the. Go ahead, like finish what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Okay, with the aerial joke, I'll tell you exactly how I wrote that because I remember. I was going through Facebook
Okay.
and scrolling through Facebook and I saw like a little ad or whatever, and it was like, people are outraged because Ariel's now black.
All right.
And literally my first thought was, wait till she finds out she has to get her hair wet. And I was like, I'm writing that down. I have to write that down. That's fucking hilarious.
And then you just built around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's normally
Yeah.
somewhat
I got you.
how it goes.
And then tested the waters to get there.
Yeah. Or I'll think of like a funny story. Like I don't really write. I kind of write bullet points, and then I know what I'm gonna say when I get on stage, but I don't know how I'm gonna say it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, dude. I've heard like Patrice's advice to, I think it was Burr, one of the guys, and it was like, like where you're going with the joke, right? Like what you said, like I want to say this, but then like you kind of like let the ship like get there.
Like I never
organically
know.
down.
I never really know how I'm gonna start a joke or segue a joke. I just get up
Okay.
there and start talking.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
tighten that up? Like when we did Levity, you had like your set was
Oh,
tighter, where it was
yeah.
like
When we did
10 or 15
when
minutes.
we did Levity, I only did my Levity set for like a month and a half, and I was doing like
just to
I was
tighten that
going
up
out,
and
like,
make sure
every
you
day.
weren't like.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, there was
making that
room for
super
organic
tight.
stuff, but like.
Yeah, and I did a little
You know
bit
what I mean?
organic at Levity. Called the
I
whole
can't
crowd
remember because
racist.
you followed me and I was still like kind of
Yeah.
like buzzing from like, I mean, that was a huge crowd.
I know,
you
it's
brought,
crazy,
You
dude,
brought
it's
like
crazy.
the whole fucking place. went from like doing little bar shows to like, holy shit, there's people.
I know, dude. I know.
That was
crazy.
fun though, man. That was a really fun night.
Awesome.
And then the world shut down. I was like, God damn it.
Right after too,
Like,
bro.
we had all this momentum.
Literally at the top.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was like a lot of fun, and we were like building this local momentum. Like people were doing shit in the scene, and like
the Ventura scene was kind of getting like
it was fun,
bigger,
man. Like I enjoyed like watching our scene evolve, as opposed to going down to LA, man. I didn't really love it down there, man.
Dude, it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. You go to LA. If you're trying to do the Comedy Store or the Improv, bro, and you live down here, you gotta leave at like 2. You get there, fucking
battle the traffic to get down there. And
get there 2 hours before the show starts, so you could stand in line for an hour.
Yeah, just to get
and then you have to wait another hour before the show starts, just to maybe get your name pulled out of a hat. And then you do that 4 times in the same night. Fuck, dude.
Right. Well, that's the thing with people who don't know listening. Is like you go down there, like you said, battle the traffic.
Yeah.
And you get you wait at the club, the Improvs or whatever, and you get a little ticket, put your name on it, drop it in a hat, and you may or may not get called.
Probably
while
not.
waiting for how many hours did you just rattle off? Like 6-7 hours. So it's like
you got to get there 2 hours before
just
the
get
doors
a ticket.
open just to get the ticket
because they run out of tickets.
And then once you get the ticket, you put it in, and then you wait another hour for the show to start.
That was at the Improv. Right.
Yeah, but the Comedy Store is the same way. You wait that 2 hours to get on.
Oh right.
To get on Kill Tony or to get on Potluck,
right.
And then you wait an hour because you normally go to that fucking hot dog spot right there. You get a brew and a hot dog, fatten your ass up, and then you walk back to the Comedy Store just to watch the Kill Tony show and the Potluck because your ass ain't getting off, bro.
Yeah.
I mean.
All the lottery mics. Here's the thing, dude. Like I respect it, and that's the thing.
It's the hustle, bro. You gotta do it.
Well, it's the paying the dues. That is legit what it is. But it's just like I'm 34 with a wife.
Yeah.
So like telling that story where like I spent all fucking night down there, and then like I didn't even get up.
Yeah,
I didn't even get to see if I sucked dick.
Dude,
that's the thing. At least like let me go up, and it's like if I suck dick and you booed me off stage. Fucking great. That's a way better story. That's a way better story than like I just stood there for 9 hours and like didn't do anything.
Straight up, dude. I started going to LA like once a week and then turned to once every other week because of that shit.
Yeah, I would go with you guys and it was cool because you'd meet other comics and you'd network.
You could socialize.
And it was fun. But what I'm saying is like, dude, you're 25.
I know, dude.
You know
I get it.
no,
dude, trust me,
like,
I get it.
It's like, I don't mean to be a dick and I'm not complaining because it's like, hey, it's the Comedy Store and again, paying your dues.
Yeah,
but it's like paying your dues up here and getting actual stage time. And again, we're not fucking like famous. It was just like that ball was rolling and like people, dude, we didn't sell out Levity. We were giving away tickets, but we were able to give out enough tickets where the staff was overwhelmed. They couldn't even keep up with fucking drink orders. Dude. They didn't think we were going to do that.
They fucked up. I know.
I just didn't think they just didn't think a local producer with local comics could have that draw, and we proved them otherwise. And if the COVID thing hadn't happened, it would have been cool to kind of kept that rolling.
We would have done another show.
Well, I mean, the producers, and kept that ball rolling would have been cool. I was planning to do some shows around here, and there seemed to be an interest. And again, LA comics the same thing. Like they have that same experience where they can't get up. Right, there's just so many comics. Well, yeah, dude, that's the thing. Networking down there and meeting like Willie and all those folks at the Improvs, like they're really cool people on the same boat as us, and them coming up and doing shows. That's what I mean. So it was beneficial going down there.
Definitely.
It was just frustrating. Like fuck, man,
So
I want to at least like prove my. I never even got to. Dude, I went to the Hollywood Improv like 3-4 times, and I was like, man, I just want that shot, dude, and it's like, fuck.
I've never been up at the Improv or the Comedy Store.
Same here, dude.
I haven't been like a ton of times because like I know like some of my friends, like I think Jesse said he didn't get up there for like 7 months or some shit. That motherfucker was going every week.
Yeah, Jesse goes there. That's who I'd go with. He'd show me the ropes.
I'd go with him too.
I'm still new, dude. I only have
Same. Bro.
Year and a half. I just found in my experience, and again, like, don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It was just like what was more beneficial was actually getting stage time with only local Oxnard, again, and it's not as like prestigious as the Comedy Store or Hollywood Improv. I actually heard I was doing that anyway, and then I heard take it for what it is. You know, Judd Apatow's a filmmaker, but he said that, like, when he was working on stuff. It was like, try and get time as opposed to going to big spots.
I was going to say, in my opinion, I think
but again,
it's more important to just get the time.
I think so. You know what else was really beneficial that I heard early on, and actually even before I did comedy, was I heard fucking the legendary Joey Diaz. Mm-hmm. He mentioned doing time at the fourth wall, and he'd go and pay his $5. So the fourth wall is like, you pay is a slotted, you pay $5 and you're guaranteed to do time. Mm-hmm. And he would do that as like fucking Joey Diaz, you know. And I was like,
I've never done the fourth wall.
Yeah. They're cool, dude, but it's like only comedians are in the room. But if you don't know the comedians or their material and they don't know you, it is beneficial because if you're getting the laughs.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's something. Again, as opposed to not getting
material with people that have never heard any of your jokes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing around here. That's the other side of the fucking argument of like, dude, you're doing comedy, and again, so many people like us would only do that same fucking material.
I know.
All week long, rough. We do four to six mics locally, and it's all the same fucking people. And when you're running the same material, it's like, dude, you got to have
at least for
more
me.
Shit.
When it's like that, it encourages me. Maybe not encourage. It makes me feel like I have to write new jokes.
Definitely,
constantly.
dude. Definitely. That was what I was saying.
You don't want to
be
the motherfucker
that
keeps
never,
coming.
Dude. I write. Dude,
I can only tell that aerial joke so many times.
I would break your balls. I already do. I've heard it too many times, dude. I'll do your shit.
Up, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's how I feel, bro. It's just like, I don't want to entertain you guys because that's how I am. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
What was... we'll wrap this shit up here. What was like the worst, before we go, what was the worst like experience you had like going up? Like, you're still new, I'm sure there's no like, like either like you drove all this way and, you know, or like you just fucking ate a bag of dicks.
Ooh.
Or have you been, because I've been with you, it's like, you know, we all have like okay sets, but I mean like,
there's
like a good story that you can, you know what I mean?
I don't know if there's...
Yes, I can't even recall one time where I was like, yeah, Connor just ate a bag of dicks.
Dude, I swear, when I swear I only eat bag of dicks. I think I've only made people laugh once at the Thirsty Ox. Every time I go there, I feel like I eat a bag of dicks. Every single time, dude.
That's what I'm saying, motherfucker. You're sitting up there like trying to take a seat at some of these places.
Dude, I've definitely taken a seat there. Even when I've not taken a seat there, bro, it is. I think I've only had one set there when I was like, that wasn't too bad.
So you're saying this is actually a better way to answer this.
Yeah.
You've only done well at the Thirsty Ox once?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
That's what's up.
I've only felt like
You've been there dozens of times.
Yeah, and every time I'm like, I hate going there because I swear I've only done...
Well, that's what I was saying, like, when I asked you about the seating, sitting down, because we do these fucking dive bars where it's like, you walk into literally like just this vibe of depression.
Yeah.
And it's like you're interrupting depression to like, hey, let me talk about my dick. You know,
the Thirsty Ox, I feel like you have to pick on the people there first to get your attention, and then you start telling jokes.
It's a good way, I guess, dude. I've noticed kind of like what you said earlier, like where you kind of like tag on to the previous comedian,
I try and do that
and just like, and not maliciously, like I don't like the malicious shit, like you fucking idiot.
No,
like,
if anything, you just add on to one of their jokes, or like,
no, I meant like making fun of the crowd necessarily.
Yeah.
But Thirsty Ox is where I did that joke about like you remember this? I'm gonna tell this. I'll tell this story. I don't give a fuck. So we're up there. It's obviously an open mic, very loose setting. I'm working on shit, and the premise was like all these rides were going on World Ride. You remember that, right? Like,
yeah.
And I said the joke like it seemed like the revolution was happening and that Whitey was going to be overthrown, like the white establishment. And I'm like, please don't act surprised. Like there's a lot of warning signs. Please don't act surprised when white people are hanging in trees. Right?
Yeah.
Didn't say lynched. I never said this.
Never said it.
But the reaction from this dive bar that wasn't seemingly paying attention was horrendous. I had never had this. And I had done this joke in this bar, and it worked. To laughter.
Oh, dude.
And it was, what was fucked up was I'm not going to say his name, but it was a gentleman. He was not white. Neither gentleman was white.
The one, always in a
Mexican
football,
guy,
always in a football
Mexican gentleman and a black
yeah.
gentleman, and they were the ones to be offended and
Yeah.
go, oh,
I remember.
and it literally fanned across the bar where it was oh, and then the rest of the bar did it.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
That
you
was
did, because you
hilarious.
bailed me out,
That
bro,
was
because I was
hilarious.
just like, no, and I tried to explain myself, even though, like, I fuck it,
Yeah.
like, lean into it.
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, that's really dark, bro, and that was that. Like,
Yeah.
and I knew these guys. I knew who they fucking were.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. And I almost bailed off stage, which I normally don't do, but it was so bad.
Yeah, I
The
remember
reaction.
that. It was pretty
and I'm
funny.
like, fuck, dude, I even said this. Like, where do you go from here? And you fucking yelled, do the fall bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, should I? Which is like a joyful, definitely, they're right, 180 from, because that was the thing. And then, J.P. Brown, who's a fucking very talented
Yeah.
black comedian, of course was fucking following me and
Yeah.
makes the easy joke, like, of course I follow the lynching guy. I was like, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
And I still
That's
get
funny.
people coming up to me, like,
Dude,
to
that
this
shit
day at
was
open
so
mics
funny.
about that moment. And it was
Yeah.
like, no, dude. You
Yeah.
were there, dude. It was like no one was paying attention, and all of a sudden, like, everyone was shitting on me.
Yeah,
And I was like, do
literally.
the fall bit. And
I
what was
think-
great was the fact that I did save the set.
Yeah, you did.
I
You
did the
You
fall
ended
bit,
with laughter.
and everyone started fucking laughing, and it
Yeah.
was actually like,
You did.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it was like
Like
no one was
that.
paying attention. They all like turned around and went, oh.
What the fuck? Well, as soon as they heard people in like that
Yeah.
imagery, and I get it, like it's shocking, and that's
For
the
sure.
point where we have to walk that really fine line in these fucking
Yeah.
bars of like, hey man, I need to say some shit that you're gonna pay attention
Yeah.
to.
No, I've.
But again, like I don't want to do jokes where it's malicious or fucking like
yeah, for
a
real.
KKK rally. Like looking at me, it's
Yeah.
like it could easily be perceived that way, and it's like,
Yeah.
whoa,
I
that
know.
wasn't the joke.
There's
Listen,
like,
listen to the joke. It's the opposite of what you're hearing it
Yeah,
as.
I feel like there's people that try and do Bill Burr style jokes where they're like yelling and they're like kind of ranting. He's really
Yeah,
good at it.
of
He's
course,
really good
he's
at it.
Bill
He
Burr.
does, yeah, and he doesn't come off bad at all.
Well, he
but
can.
some- he
and
can.
he even comments on it where it's like it's starting to feel like a rally,
Yeah,
and it's like again like.
yeah. Sometimes some people come up with that.
Well,
Like
some
that.
people lean into that and like they are
Yeah.
doing racial,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's like no, that's
I
not what I'm
haven't,
aiming for. No,
surprisingly-
I missed. I took a shot. I missed.
Surprisingly, I haven't had any reactions like that. I
No,
don't know,
dude, that was the only
surprisingly,
time. Like
but,
normally,
yeah.
it's like again the fall bit, pretty lighthearted,
Super lighthearted.
girth. I mean, yeah, you can be offended, but that's because you're like a sexual nerd.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like doing the edgy shit. That's where I do respect like guys who can pull it off,
Yeah.
like Jesselneck and like
Yeah,
Jim
dude,
Jeffries is pretty
Jesselneck.
good.
That's another dude I got into when I was little. That dude's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Well, he's very dry. I mean, it's a tough thing to do.
You know who I liked a lot too when I was little? Daniel Tosh. But I know
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
of people.
yeah.
Some people
Well,
don't
just
fuck with him,
because
but
he
he's
got so
fucking
big.
hilarious. Yeah.
Dude, I remember. I'll tell you this quick story. Is just I saw him live, like when his show was like real big, like going real big, and like it was already I really loved him from his show.
Yeah.
And I saw him live, and I was like, dude,
He's hilarious.
Dude, he did the Santa Barbara Bowl, which is a big
Mhm.
5,000
Oh, yeah.
seat
Oh, yeah.
theater, or not theater. It's a fucking arena.
Yeah,
and
I've been there.
he did great, dude. And it was like, man,
He's
I couldn't-
hilarious.
And it was the same
dude.
way when I saw Chappelle. It was like right before he left, like between season
Okay.
2 and 3,
Mhm.
and I saw him, and he fucking killed it. UCSB, like again, it was a huge arena, and then I'm like, dude, no way you could like him more. And then they do that, and you're like, oh, dude, he's the.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so those guys are fucking. There's a reason they get paid so much money.
Oh, definitely.
We're talking about doing dive bars and doing
Yeah,
shit
right.
like that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. But no, I've never had a reaction quite like that.
All right, I get it. You're a fucking baller. Well,
You
no,
got me
but that was just. I didn't mean to like top your story. I just thought
No,
like
you're good. No, you beat me.
no, I just thought of you because you're the one that saved that. I was gonna
Oh, yeah.
bail.
Yeah.
I was gonna bail.
Do the fall bit.
Yeah, that's what I remember better than anything. I was literally like looking down, just like beaten, like I had lost. And that was so funny to me that you said that because I think you had said it another time.
I think
when I
I've
was
said it a
sucking
few
dick
times.
another
I
night
think
where
I've
it's just
said it a
like
few times.
I don't know where to go from here because I will make weird left turns, like trying to do shit,
Dude,
and
sometimes
I miss.
weed is
And-
tight.
That was the big night, dude. Because I didn't see the light, and I ran the light for 3 minutes. Yeah. And then I bailed on that the like bad closer because that was like all I had. I'm like, I gotta get out of here, dude. How long has the light been on, man? Yeah, that's what's
so
fun. That's
funny.
why I like doing this. I wanted to talk to people up and coming because like I think a lot of people who see and watch comedy or hear about comedy, it's like the dudes who fucking made it, right?
Yeah.
Like so hearing shit like this and seeing what it's like if the family and friends that have come to open mics and been like, yo, this is what you do.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
why do you want to do that?
I
you know what I mean? Like, it's like
I told every single person in my family except for my little brother when I first started doing stand-up that they couldn't see me do stand-up.
Yeah.
They couldn't come to the dive show, whatever, open mics, nothing. I didn't want them to just because, like, my mom's, like, with the weed thing, and I'd be talking about a bunch of shit. And
well, you fucking did real good at Levity, though.
Yeah. So I just didn't know my family
like a year in,
would take it. Yeah. And
that was,
really,
like, my year mark.
Yeah, that was my year mark.
Oh, dude, I think... And that's what was cool, dude. Like, you did it, and there was, like, the producer, like, Jake and Artie who put us on, dude, and I'm really thankful to them.
Yeah, super.
But it's like, to me, it's like I had these small tests, and it was like, oh, dude, I did
same.
well enough to be like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, let's fucking pursue this. Because I'm, like I said, I'm 34. We're talking about having kids. So if, like, I wasn't good at this, I would want someone to be like, hey, man, you know?
No, you're trash, Russell.
Please let me know.
Yeah.
But, like,
no, you're funny
dude,
like, bro. You're funny.
Thanks, bro.
I enjoy your stand-up. There's, like,
thanks, man.
a few people in the scene that I, like, actually enjoy, and you're one of them.
I appreciate you saying that, because, we vibed out pretty... I didn't always click with the younger... Yeah, we'll mention names. But like I felt like coming in as a 34-year-old, it was like like you're the old asshole. I don't know. I guess like you were saying, like I do have like I'm more of a happier guy. Like I have
definitely.
I
you're very approachable, and you're good. Yeah, you're good at approaching people. Yeah,
I try to be, bro. Where it's just like, but I approach it like in just a chill manner. Like I'm not like trying to be like a dick or.
No, I'll say I remember.
Blow out, you know.
I remember the first time we met. It was at Mel's, and.
That sounds right.
I think I've seen you before, but I never really talked to you.
I remember seeing you a couple of times.
Yeah, and I remember talking to you and being like, it was like a little refreshing because I was like, oh, this dude's super chill. Because I feel like you were the first person, when I first started doing the stand-up, no one really talked to me. Like, no one really came up to talk to me. And a lot of these comedians aren't extroverts at any cost. Some of them are hard to talk to, in fact.
Yeah, but there's one thing with that, but then there's like, you're kind of just being a dick.
Yeah. No one
you're
really...
going out of your way to not say hi. And
yeah,
like
no, I remember, like, especially my first time going on stage, I did pretty good, and no one talked to me until I went on and was funny. And then people came up to me and started talking to me, and I was like, I've been here the whole night. I tried to talk to a few of you guys, but all right, you know?
Well, maybe the first night for sure, dude, and then it keep being in your head where it's like, hey, I just want to fit in, and all those nerves. And again, I'm a little bit older, and I still had those like first day of school vibes,
right?
Especially at Mel's. But what was a saving grace for me in a lot of situations was like me and my wife would go drinking at these places or Mel's. I grew up around there, so I'd been there to get fucked up a lot of the places. So it was a familiar venue.
Yeah.
But then like doing that, like no one was friendly. And then I talked to a few of them like after, and like that was just like Aaron. I'll say this because me and Aaron are tight. Yeah. But like he said, yeah, dude, unless you are here for a little while, like it won't be cool. All right.
Yeah, and I was like, sure.
All right, that's kind of dickish.
No, that's how it is, though, for sure.
What gave me confidence, dude, was that dude Cameron Ritt. You remember Cameron? Real funny dude. He looked like John Cena.
Yes, I do remember.
So I was fucking nervous, bro, and like like anybody, I was just like, oh man, I fucking hope it does good. And I was like having beers, and I just remember talking to him, dude, and he was like the only person that was like down to talk. And he's a really friendly, funny dude,
friendly,
most friendly dude, and I'm like, yeah, it's my first time. And he was like, said some shit like that. And he was like, oh, well, you won me over, dude. I'm sure you'll do great. And I'm like, oh, that's all I got to do? This is like win over people, where I was like, I know how to do that. I can talk to people like at a bar and like we can have a conversation where it isn't like, who's this fucking weirdo? You know what I mean?
Nah, dude, I feel like the coolest place where is the easiest to fit in was Gigi's, I feel.
Well, Gigi's was like the most like dive bar-y place where it's like,
100%.
don't come here fucking on a red carpet here,
Yeah,
bro.
oh,
Like,
fuck that,
we're all
dude.
pieces of shit.
Oh yeah, we're at Gigi's, bro.
We're at Gigi's.
We're at Gigi's.
Take that ego down a notch.
We're right next to the post office.
Oh, Jesus. That's the thing, though, dude. Like,
Yeah.
when you first came in, it was a little intimidating, but then you
Yeah.
meet cool people. Like, Artie's fucking chill.
Artie's super
Jake's
dope.
fucking chill, dude. And it's like, guys like you coming up
Right.
in the same boat. Like, I'm not producing or running the mics. Amy's fucking chill. Amy's
Super
fucking
dope.
chill,
I
bro.
love Amy.
If you can't get along with Amy, dude, like,
You
you
probably
fucking suck,
probably
dude. There's something
yeah.
wrong with you. That's what I mean.
Definitely.
She's an easygoing
Yeah,
person.
she's a sweetheart.
Encouraging. That's the other thing of, like,
Yeah.
and she won't pull you aside and be like, hey, you're fucking tight. But, like, when she introduces you, like, I believe it. Like, they're very
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah.
And it's like, dude, fucking right on, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love her.
Like,
Oh yeah.
pumps you up and makes you feel good and, like, does a good job running that mic.
She does. She's a good host.
I think so, dude.
She is.
Like, she transitions real well, like, into doing those mics in the park. Like, those are pretty fun. Again, like, when
Yeah,
it's just us, it's still pretty fun.
She makes them a lot better than they could be, for sure. Dog.
Well, again, it's just us in a fucking park,
yeah. Yeah.
you know.
But last time I was there, she brought like fucking food for everybody. And
But she's
drinks
got her
and
little
shit.
Amy's Edibles. Shout out
Yeah.
Amy's Edibles. They're like little cannabis
Yeah.
edibles
No, but, like,
that
she-
like she was like you
she
can buy them
straight
for
up-
reasonably priced.
She
and
straight up bought.
it's a little party, dude. It's fun. That's
no,
what I'm
she,
saying.
She straight up brought pulled pork for everybody.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear, dog.
That's what's up, dude.
She
That's what I
brought-
mean. Amy's fucking
Yeah.
chill, dude.
Pulled
It's
pork
like
and beers for everybody. It's
anyone who
tight.
wants to like try comedy or come out and just like have a good time at the show. It's a very cool
It is.
vibe where it was like you said. I think 2 years ago when like you were first getting it, it was maybe a little less inviting. But with COVID, it's
Yeah.
almost like a little more open. I
It
guess.
honestly is.
Where it's like, hey, dude, we're just happy to be fucking
Especially
here.
with the main people that are going right now, which is like Amy, Bravo, Hector.
Yeah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah's been killing it with his
and,
beach bum mic.
Sorry if I missed it. There's a few other people.
No, dude,
Amy,
there's a full
obviously,
crew of
but
people,
all
that's what I mean.
those fools are
Yeah.
super cool, and they're very inviting.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's what I mean.
there's
Come
this
have
newer
fun.
fool that's been coming to this cemetery mic, and he's cool. He's a cool dude. Everyone's been talking to him.
The kid Justin.
Yeah.
Shout out to
There you
Justin.
go. Shout out
Dude,
to
he did a
Justin,
set,
bro.
made me laugh hella
Yeah,
hard.
Fucking straight
Yeah,
out
dude.
Kauai.
Oh, is he? I didn't really talk to him for
yeah.
a minute, but
he's a
I'll tell
cool
you a
guy.
story about this kid, and this is what I mean about just being a cool person.
Uh-huh.
Like, I roll up, like, hey, what's up? I hadn't been there in a while, and I
Right.
knew everybody didn't recognize me. Like, hey, what's up, dude? You know me, bro. I'll fucking roll up and be like, what's up? And I do, and he's like, you want a beer? I'm like, yeah. and I'm like, yo, dude, what's your name again? Justin? Because I'm bad with that shit. I smoke a lot of weed. And he's... smoke a lot of weed. You know, Casey. But he's, I'm like, dude, that's how you fucking meet somebody, Justin.
Yeah,
You're like,
definitely.
hand me a beer. He's
Yeah.
like, which one do you want? You're like, dude, dealer's choice, bros. And like, they're your last 2 beers. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, I'm fucking like this kid, bro.
Yeah, he's super
And that's what I
chill.
mean, like, little shit like that. Like, him doing that before he went up, it's like, I definitely paid attention to what he had to say.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
set.
100%.
You know what I mean? So it's like little
100%.
things that's not just being funny. Dude, that was one thing that's a couple people told me when I first started. It was like, don't worry about being funny.
That's the strangest advice.
It's the dumbest fucking advice I've ever fucking heard. Like, usually I'm nicer about this because they're like
You're
nice
just
people
like-
that told me.
you're just like-
But it's just like, we're comedians, dude.
They tell you that, you're just like, alright, why are you here?
Well, it's like, I'm certainly worried about that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 34. I'm not trying to fuck around with like, am
Well,
I good
I'm
at this? It's like, no, I need to be good at this.
I'm not coming up here to not worry about being funny.
That's the whole point.
That's
you don't want
that's
this to be a TED Talk,
that's
bro.
a fucking
boring.
That's a fucking losing mentality right there, bro. That's showing up on game day, and imagine
worry
if
about
you
winning.
imagine if you had a coach that told you that. Don't worry about
I don't
winning.
think that's what Bill Belichick's telling.
Fuck
him.
no, bro.
You know what?
Bro,
Don't worry about the W.
if I ever had a coach who told me that, I would tell my dad I'd need to be on another
You
team.
need to be on another
I'd be like, I need to get the fuck off this team.
To play devil's advocate, it was like I was first starting.
It's
right?
comforting.
Well, no, it's just like I'm sure my jokes weren't great. And one of the jokes, actually, the very first joke I wrote was the Jason Momoa bit.
Okay.
About asking, like, hey, man,
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
admit, like, the audience?
Yeah.
So anyway, like, I did keep that joke. So I
Yeah.
know it wasn't the fucking worst set ever
Yeah.
the first time I did it. And that was what they said. And, like, in essence, it was, like, just worry about getting the words out. You know? And it's like, I do get that. But it's like, in getting the words out, those words should equate to ha ha ha.
You definitely.
Just, you
That's
know.
why we're there.
That's why that's
why
how
we're
I
there.
felt,
That's
and
why
I just
we're there.
remember that sticking with me. I'm like, I mean, that's advice. That's fucking terrible advice.
That's advice.
Advice.
Yeah, that's when you're like, yeah, I'm not fucking listening to this guy.
A couple people told me that.
No way.
Yeah, dude, like 3 or 4 people told me that. Different people, like they who might have heard it from the same source.
Yeah.
But I was just like, no, I'm worried about that. I'm very,
like,
not very worried about it, but it's like that's the like when I'm writing this and coming up with this shit.
Yeah, my goal is to be funny.
Is a hot house.
Yeah, and if I'm not,
I'm not just
something wrong.
I'm not just here to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
I mean that's.
I got friends.
I mean I don't. I have a couple friends. I'm like married. That's what happens. Like
I feel you.
Like, you get married and then you're like, I'm sorry, friends. I have shit to do. Do you want to hang out, buddy? It's like, no. I have to have an excuse like this, interviewing somebody, and be like, no, honey, I'm gonna turn it into a show, and be like Tom Green.
That's like, have you seen Bert Kreischer's show on Netflix? His new Netflix show.
The Cabin?
Yeah.
No, I haven't yet.
That's like the whole premise.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, dude. Yeah, but I feel like Bert gets away with like. I don't know, dude. I like Bert. I like him a lot. I don't want to shit on him. He's like a dopey. I don't know, dude. I just like
he's
him.
Party
but
boy,
like,
dog.
He's a party boy and this and that. But it's like I kind of feel bad for him at the same time, where it's like the Ari Shaffir situation. Have you heard him talk about
that was fucked up.
It was fucked up, but he also was such a kind-hearted person that he didn't want to throw his friend under the bus, even though fuck that guy for what he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
you're talking about when he like
he
gave
drugged
him
him,
that,
he put Molly in his drink, like, because to me, dude, that's I've fucked around with quite a few drugs, and it's like, dude, that shit's unforgivable.
Yeah, that's a fucking long ride.
Not just that, it's like he was at home. He had to hop on a fucking plane.
Yeah,
like, he was at home with his kids.
Yeah,
it was just really uncool to like
uncool.
Give somebody a hallucinogen. But my point was like Bert's so nice that he was like still trying. He's still trying to be friends with Ari, and he still like doesn't want to throw him under the bus.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you dude, fuck that guy. You know, but I get it. Like they were tight friends and this and that, but it's like, anyway, I don't know what we got on Bert. Burnt crystals in his disgusting fucking belly like those comedy. That's the only thing that bugs me. Is like, dude, I think he's a funny guy, and I don't think he needs to take his shirt off.
It is what it is, bro. Everyone's gotta have their thing.
I know, dude, but fucking put a shirt on, you fucking cunt.
Yeah.
All right, dude, we'll wrap this shit up unless you have anything else, dude.
I don't think so.
Go
fuck fucking fun as shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, we did an hour.
We got any Disney fans in here? All right. You guys might know then, Little Mermaid is making a remake. They're making a live-action Little Mermaid. And if you did not know this, Ariel is now black. I think you guys are supposed to like clap or something. I'm pretty sure. Don't now, not now. It's too late. It's weird. It's forced. It's just a crowd full of racist people, really. That's what it is. That's what it is. And most of you are my friends, which, what does that say about me? The fuck does that say about me? Don't clap for that. Don't do it. A lot of you are family. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop. Seriously, stop. Knock it off. You're making me look like a bad guy. Try really hard to look good. You guys are ruining it for me. Terrible, I know. I know. You laughed. He said I was racist, but he laughed. That's what happened. All right, Little Mermaid. We're still on the Little Mermaid. All right. Now people, the internet specifically, was upset. They're upset that the Little Mermaid is now black. All right? Whatever. I don't think it's a big deal, you know, but they're mad. They're very upset. But how do you think she feels when she finds out she's got to get her hair wet? Listen, guys. Listen. It's all CGI. The water's not even real. Just chill. Just chill, all right? Just chill. Take it easy. I did hear, though. I heard that they were thinking about changing her name, which that's like too far, you know? Not worth it. If anything, we could like mispronounce it a little bit, you know? Ariel? Maybe she's from the city, Ariel? With her homeboy Flounder? From Atlantis? Thank you guys. You guys have been great. I've been Connor Corsentino. Thank you.